శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో MBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ త్వరలో అటానమస్ కాబోతోంది.
2014లో ISO గుర్తింపు, 2015లో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంచే A గ్రేడ్, 2016లో NAC A గ్రేడ్, ఇప్పుడు NBA సాధించిన సంస్థ శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Good morning everyone. In the last classes we discussed about the multi-stage amplifiers, different amplifiers, Darlington pair amplifiers, cascade and cascode and two-stage RC coupled amplifiers and bootstrap amplifiers, so on so. Okay, now we are going to third unit, that is the feedback amplifiers. First of all, what do you mean by feedback? Okay, so feedback amplifier means the amplifier in which a part of the output is sampled and fed back to the input of the amplifier is called as the feedback amplifier. Feedback means some of the output is given to the input, that is the feedback. Feedback amplifier means the amplifier in which a part of the output is sampled and fed back to the input of the amplifier is called as the feedback amplifier. So therefore at input we have two signals. Input have two signals. What are they? Input signal and a part of the output. Okay, feedback means some of the output is given to the input. So the input has two signals. One is the input and another one is the part of the output. So part of the output which is fed back to the input. Okay, so types. Both these signals may be in phase or out of phase. Okay, when input signal and part of the output signal are in phase. Input signal and part of the output signal, that means feedback signal, both are in phase, the feedback is called the positive feedback. And when they are in out of phase, the feedback is called the negative feedback. So both the signals, that means input signal and part of the output signal are in phase, the feedback is called the positive feedback. And both are in out of phase, that means input signal and part of the output signal both are in out of phase, the feedback is called the negative feedback. Okay, so applications. Use of positive feedback in oscillations or oscillators. Okay, positive feedback is used in oscillators and negative feedback is used in amplifiers. Okay, positive feedback means input signal and output signal, part of the output signal in phase is called the positive feedback. That positive feedback is used in oscillators and both are in out of phase, that means input signal and part of the output signal both are in out of phase, the feedback is called the negative feedback. This negative feedback is used in amplifiers. Okay, so the feedback plays a very important role in electronic circuits and basic parameters, okay, such as input impedance, output impedance, current or voltage gain and bandwidth. Okay, what are the which parameters? Input impedance, output impedance, current or voltage gain or bandwidth, and bandwidth may be altered, so by the use of the feedback for a given amplifier. Okay, In large signal amplifiers and electronic measuring instruments, the major problem of the distortion should be avoided as far as the possible. Okay. So, comparison of the positive and negative feedback. In this, the phase shift between feedback signal and in-phase signal. In positive feedback, 0 or 360 degrees, and in negative feedback, the phase shift between the feedback signal and input signal is 180 degrees. And feedback signal and input signals. In positive feedback, same phase. In negative feedback, both are in out of phase. Feedback signal and input signal both are out of phase. And next one, input voltage. In positive feedback, input voltage is increases, and negative feedback, this is the decreases. And output voltage. So output voltage also in positive feedback increases, in negative feedback decreases. And next parameter, voltage gain. Voltage gain in positive feedback increases, in negative feedback decreases. All are in increases in positive feedback, decreases in negative feedback. Voltage gain. So voltage gain in positive feedback increases and negative feedback decreases. And a distortion. Distortion also increases in positive feedback, decreases in negative feedback. Okay. Stability. So stability is decreases in positive feedback. This is the difference between the positive and negative feedback. All are in increases. All parameters that are phase shift between feedback signal and input signal is 0 to 360 degrees. The feedback signal and input signals are in phase. And remaining parameters, input voltage, output voltage, voltage gain, distortion, all are increases in positive feedback, decreases in negative feedback. But stability is decreases in positive feedback, increases in negative feedback. Okay. Applications. In positive feedback, used in oscillators and Schmitt triggers. And negative feedback, used in amplifiers. Okay. And next one is the classification of the amplifiers. So in this, classifications are voltage amplifiers and current amplifiers, transconductance amplifiers and transresistance amplifiers. 4 types. What are they? Classifications of the amplifiers are 4 types. First one is voltage amplifier, and second one is the current amplifier, and third one is the transconductance amplifier, and the fourth one is the transresistance amplifier. Okay. So based on the magnitudes of the input and output impedances of the amplifier relative to the source and load impedances, based on the magnitudes. Okay, magnitudes of the input and output impedances of the, impedance means resistance. So impedances of the amplifier relative to the source and load impedances. So we can classify the amplifiers into 4 broad categories: current, voltage, transconductance and transresistance amplifiers. First one is the voltage amplifiers. So this is the diagram. First one is voltage source. Okay, in series with the resistance. voltage source in series with the resistance is the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay, and VI, input voltage, corresponding to RI, input resistance. Okay, in this Vs, voltage source in series with the current resistance, source resistance, two resistances, source resistance and input resistance. Voltage series, source voltage in series with the source resistance. Okay, voltage source corresponding to VI, input voltage, and RI, and this is the current source, AV VI, current source in parallel with the resistance, and this is the voltage, R naught, output resistance. This is the load resistance. We can get the output. In this, Ri is greater than Rs. That means Rs is less than the Ri. Ri is more greater than the Rs. In this, RL is more greater than the R naught. R naught means output resistance. Okay. In voltage, consider the Thevenin's equivalent circuit of an amplifier. Thevenin's equivalent circuit, voltage source in series with the resistance. If the amplifier input resistance is Ri, so input resistance is the Ri, is large compared with the source resistance Rs. Okay, so Ri is more greater than the Rs. Input resistance is high. Then Vi is approximately equal to Vs. So input resistance is more than high comparatively Rs, but Vs is approximately equal to Vi. Input voltage is approximately equal to Vs, but Rs is less than the Ri. If the external load resistance RL is large compared to the output resistance R0 of the amplifier. So RL is large. RL is load resistance. So load resistance is more greater than the output resistance. Then V0 is approximately equal to AV. V0 means output voltage. So output voltage is approximately equal to the voltage gain. Okay. And input voltage is approximately equal to the AV into Vs. Okay. So such amplifier provides a voltage output proportional to the voltage input. So voltage output is proportional to the voltage input. Output voltage is proportional to the input voltage, and the proportionality factor does not depend on the magnitudes of the source and the load resistances. So this proportionality factor does not depend on the source and the load resistances. Resistances మీద depend avadu. Okay. So amplifier provides the voltage output proportional to the input voltage. Only output voltage is proportional to input voltage. This proportionality factor does not depends on the source and load resistances. Hence, this amplifier is called as the voltage amplifier. Why? Because this is called the voltage amplifier. This output voltage is proportional to the input voltage. Okay. So does not depend on the source and load resistances. So hence this amplifier is called the voltage amplifier. An ideal voltage amplifier must have infinite input resistance Ri. Ri is infinity, where ideal voltage amplifier. So, and zero output resistance or not. For practical voltage amplifier, we must have Ri is more than Rs. Ri is greater than Rs, and RL is more greater than the R naught. So this is the voltage amplifiers. In voltage amplifiers, we can consider the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Voltage source in series with the resistances. Voltage source in series with the resistances. In this circuit, Ri is more greater than the Rs and RL is more greater than the R naught. This output voltage depends on the input voltage but not on the resistances. So this is called the voltage amplifier. And the next one is the current amplifier. In this current amplifier, we can consider the Norton's equivalent circuits. Norton's equivalent circuit means current source in parallel with the resistances. So this is the current source in parallel with the resistance. In this current source is a parallel with the resistances. In this, Rs is more greater than the Ri. Reverse. Okay. In this, R naught is more greater than the RL. In this is the Norton's equivalent circuits of the current amplifier. This shows the Norton's equivalent circuit of the current amplifier. If amplified input resistance is Ri is to 0. So input resistance is 0. Okay. Then II is approximately equal to the Is. So this is 0. Input is 0. Input resistance is 0. So Is is and a source current. Current source is equal to the approximately equal to the input current. If Ri is 0, okay, input resistance 0. So this is 0. So 0 means Ia is approximately equal to the Is. If amplifier output resistance R0 is tends to infinity. So R0 infinity. Infinity means then IL equal to AI into II. Okay. In this circuit, Ra tends to 0. So Is is approximately equal to the Ii. In this circuit, R0 is output resistance is infinity. Okay. Then IL equal to AI into II. AI means current gain. Such amplifier provides a current output proportional to the input current. Output current. In this current amplifier, output current is proportional to the input current automatically. And proportionality factor is independent of the source and load resistances. Okay. So output current is proportional to the input current, but proportionality factor is independent of the source and load resistances. Only output current is proportional to input current, but not in the load resistances, load and source resistances. This amplifier is called as the current amplifier. An ideal current amplifier must have 0 input resistance Ri. So Ri is 0 and infinite output resistance is R0. For practical current amplifier, we must have Ri is less than Rs. That means Rs is more greater than the Ri and R0 is more greater than the RL. Okay, that is the current amplifier. And next one, third one is the transconductance amplifier. This is the transconductance amplifier. Okay. So in this voltage source in series with the resistance, this is the Thevenin's and this is the Norton's, current source in parallel with the resistance. So input circuit is Thevenin's and output circuit is Norton's. So this is the transconductance. In both the circuits, voltage amplifiers, both the circuits are Thevenin's. Voltage source in series with the resistance, voltage source in series with the resistance. In current amplifier, both the Norton's. So current source is parallel with the resistance, current source is parallel with the resistance, input and output circuits. But in transconductance, this is the different. So input circuit is Thevenin's, voltage source in series with the resistance, and output circuit is Norton's. So both are in parallel. So the transconductance amplifier with a Thevenin's equivalent in its input circuit and a Norton's equivalent circuit in its output circuit. This is the Thevenin's and this is the Norton's. In this amplifier, the output current is proportional to the input signal voltage. So this is the current, this is the voltage, this is the Thevenin's, this is the current. Okay. So output current is proportional to the input voltage, and the proportionality factor is independent of the magnitudes of the source and load resistances. Okay. So in this voltage amplifier, output voltage is proportional to the input voltage. In the current amplifier, output current is proportional to the input current. Okay. But in the transconductance, output current is proportional to the input voltage. So Norton's is the current, Thevenin's is the voltage. So ideally this amplifier must have an infinite input resistance Ri and infinite output resistance R0. For practical transconductance amplifier, we have Ri is more greater than the Rs and R0 is more greater than the RL. So Ri is more greater than the Rs and R0 is more greater than the RL. Since Ri is more greater than the Rs, that is Vi equal to voltage. Input voltage is approximately equal to the source voltage. And R0 is more greater than the RL. So IL equal to Gm into Vi. So IL equal to Gm into Vs. IL equal to Vs. Approximately Vi is approximately equal to Vs. That means IL equal to Gm into Vs. Where Gm equal to, Gm is transconductance. So Gm equal to transconductance and resistance reciprocal conductance. So resistance is the V by I. Conductance is the I by V. That means Gm equal to IL by Vs is the transfer or mutual conductance. So this is the transconductance amplifier. And the next one is the trans resistance amplifier. Okay. In this, input circuit is Norton's. Current source is parallel with the resistance. And output circuit is Thevenin's. So voltage source in series with the resistance. So input circuit is Norton's and output circuit is Thevenin's. In this transconductance, input is Thevenin's and output circuit is Norton's. Okay, opposite. So consider this shows the trans resistance amplifier with a Norton's equivalent in its input circuit and the Thevenin's equivalent in its output circuit. Norton's equivalent circuit is the input and Thevenin's equivalent circuit is the output. So in this amplifier, the output voltage is proportional to the input signal current. Okay, this is the Thevenin's. So output voltage is proportional to, this is the Norton's. So output voltage is proportional to the input current. Okay, output voltage is proportional to the input signal current, and the proportionality factor is independent of the source and load resistances. Only the output voltage is proportional to the input current, but not in the load and source resistances. So ideally this amplifier must have zero input resistance Ri and zero output resistance R naught. Both are zeros. Okay. For a practical trans resistance amplifier, we must have Rs is more greater than the Ri. So source resistance is more greater than the input resistance, and load resistance is more greater than the R naught. Okay, since Rs is more greater than the Ri, that is equal to Ii equal to Is. Ii means input current equal to source current, and since RL is more greater than R naught, that is equal to V naught equal to voltage equal to current into resistance. That means V naught equal to Rm into Ii. This is the Rm into Ii. Okay. So V naught equal to, V naught means V naught equal to Rm into Is. Ia equal to Is. That means first of all V naught equal to Rm into Ii. So Ii is approximately equal to Is. That means V naught equal to Rm into Is, where Rm equal to V naught by Is is the transfer or mutual resistance. Okay, this is the mutual resistance. So mutual resistance Rm equal to V naught by Is, and transconductance Gm equal to IL by Vs. Okay, these are all the amplifiers. Classifications of the amplifiers: voltage amplifiers, current amplifiers, transconductance and transresistance amplifiers. What are the difference? Okay, if input resistance, suppose we can take an input resistance, that is the Ri. So input resistance in voltage amplifiers is infinity, in current amplifiers is 0. In transconductance, this is the infinity, and trans resistance, input resistance is 0. Okay. So voltage and transconductance, input resistance is infinity, and current and trans resistance, current amplifier and trans resistance amplifiers, input resistance is 0. Okay, that is the difference. And output resistance is the R naught. So voltage and trans resistance, the output resistance is 0. Voltage and trans resistance, the output resistance is 0, and current and trans conductance, the output resistance is infinity. And third parameter, transfer gain. Okay, transfer gain in voltage amplifier. So voltage gain, transfer gain AV equal to V naught by Vs. And current, so AI equal to current gain, AI equal to IL by Is, current in current amplifiers. In transconductance, Gm equal to IL by Vs. And trans resistance, Rm equal to V naught by Is. Okay, this is the ideal amplifier characteristics. Okay, and the next topic tomorrow we will discuss feedback concept. Okay.